Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your great support. Now, fellow Kenyans, we can't keep on pretending that everything is okay or everything is right, yet things are not okay. I've watched the President of the Republic of Kenya, that is Dr. William Arap Kipchirchir Samoei Ruto, in South Africa, and I've realized something, that the President is limping.
President Ruto here.
Excellencies will now see the national anthems for both countries.
I want us to talk about two things. Number one, I would like us to talk about the condition, the sudden change of the president's health condition since he became the president up to now. And I want us to ask ourselves some 2-3 questions concerning why the sudden change. Why is it that the president's life suddenly changed? His health condition is changing. And right now, I've noticed something, that the president is working with the first lady. Of course, we know very well that whenever the president is traveling, he should be going with the wife. But there are some occasions that the president used to go alone. That is William Ruto. All of a sudden, every place he goes, he must go with Rachel Ruto. But I don't want to measure into him working with the first lady and all that, because that is up to them. It is his job as a husband to work with the wife. That is not what I want us to talk about. I want us to look at this thing this way. If we try to look at the condition when William Ruto took over power, this is how William Ruto was looking. As you can see these photos, this is William Ruto of 2022 when he took over power. And then as time went by, William Ruto's life started changing, his health condition started changing. Up to this point now, you can see the president. Unaona jinsi ambavyo maisha, hali yake ya afya imedhoofika, imebadilika kabisa. Now, I've been asking that could it be that the president is facing a lot of pressure, that is why his health condition is changed? Or could it be that this guy, kuna kitu ambacho kinamkula na hatujui? What is really the problem? Ama tuseme ya kwamba the kind of lies that is venye anadanganya sana ndivyo hali ya maisha yake inazidi kudhoofika, because this man is lying. Nimesikia kiongea kule South Africa, and I've been like, could it be that this is the reason why this man our president's life is deteriorating? Yani anatoa uongo zote hadi yeye mwenyewe anabaki empty, because this man is lying. Let us just be realistic. If you try to compare William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta, when Uhuru Kenyatta took power, Uhuru Kenyatta was very thin. That is the former president. Uhuru Kenyatta was very thin, hakuwa mnene. And then now, during his first term, Uhuru Kenyatta kaenda, and then during his second term, Uhuru Kenyatta akajaza. So I know what I think personally. Mimi najua kwamba mimi naamini ya kwamba mtu wakati ambapo pengine hana kitu, ndio maisha yake afya yake inaweza kuwa afya yake pengine inaweza kuwa si nzuri sana, lakini wakati ambapo amepata hela maisha yake yanabadilika. But now the problem is with our president. The president anaiba pesa za wananchi, setting aside 17 billion Kenya shillings state of budget, kukimbia hapa na pale, kuibia watu, kufanya sijui nini, mara kufanya nini na nini, lakini bado maisha bado naona afya yake bado haibadiliki, afya yake ni ile. What is the problem? You can see this is South Africa. You see the president limping. So the question is, what could be the problem? The second story is this. You know, some of these issues or some of these things wazazi ndio wanajitakia wenyewe. I'm saying this because this woman decided to name her child after William Ruto.
Naomi, Naomi Diana. Niko na shida kutoka 2022 mwezi wa 9. Wakati Ruto alichukua uongozi, sababu nilikuwa nampenda, nikaita mtoto William Ruto. Wakati nilimuita William Ruto, mtoto amefika umri ya kuenda shule, akupipi tu. Lakini sasa shida akiwa shule, mtoto anakuja kila siku ananiambia, "Mama, msirudi tena huko." Muuliza kwa nini? Tukienda break, tukitoka baridi, watoto wananiita, "Ruto must go one term." Sasa mama, mimi siendi huko. Halafu wanakuja wengi, wananisurround, wanasema, "Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Mama, usinibadilishe shule ama unichange China." Nikamwambia, "I cannot change the name because I love Ruto. Na China iwezi kuaffect usisome." Sasa hofu yangu ni tangu nione yule mama amechomwa na yule mwingine yeye akachomwa Kibira, so nikasema wacha nikae na mtoto kidogo. Sijui tension ya watu ni gani. Najua watu watasikia mimi ndio yule mama nimeita Ruto, nimeita mtoto Ruto, ama mtoto wangu anaitwa Ruto, na vile wanaichaki watoto waende na mtoto wangu. So mimi ombi langu kubwa ni ile, I need maximum security for myself and my son. Because hiyo ni changa kushangasha, tukuita mtu Ruto ni shida Kenya. I cannot change the name because I love Ruto. Mimi nampenda, siwezi badilisha. Na wakati mzee alikubali tuite mtoto William Ruto, ni nani atasaniambia ni oppose that name? Because even my husband love Ruto, even me I love Ruto. So mimi ile kitu naomba serikali ni maximum security for my son. Niliongea na mwalimu wake wa class teacher, akaniambia atajaribu kuongelea hiyo maneno. Lakini hofu yangu ni ile watoto wakiwa break, walimu hawako karibu. Na unajua wanasema Ruto must go. Sasa mtoto anakuwa na hofu, most of the time anakuwa kwa class peke yake. Sababu anaona akienda kwa watoto wengine wanaanza kumuita Ruto must go. Most of the time hata mtoto akurangi, anajificha. Hata vile mmekuja mmeona mtoto akona uoga, niko na yeye kitchen, nirudi nimpe kitabu afanye homework, nimfanyishe homework. So at least ajaribu catch up the syllabus. Tuko na uoga mingi sana. China imaanishi chochote. Ananiambia we are comfortable with that name. So my husband, he don't have any problem concerning about the name of William Ruto. Ila kitu mimi naomba is maximum security. Because even the background, nikitoka hata kununua mboga wanasema, "Hey, yule ndio mama aliita mtoto William Ruto. Hey, huyu mama ndiye anaita William." You see, even me, I don't have the maximum security to the place I am. Because wakati unaona wamama wananipoint ama watu wananipoint eti huyu mama alifurahishwa na China gani yeye anaita mtoto eti William Ruto. Mimi naona sometimes ni intimidation, wana intimidate our president, including my son, because sichaona mimi ubaya wa Ruto. Unless mwenye ameona ubaya wa Ruto atuelezee sisi kama wa Kenya. But not it because yeye alitoka familia ijiwezi. Kuna mambo na refer to Biblia, nina refer this issue of the president, our president in the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, ninaifananisha na ile mambo ya Yesu wakati walisema eti hawezi kuwa kiongozi sababu ni mtoto wa maskini, babake ni carpenter. Are you seeing now? So hii ni ile kitu inaniuma sana sana mkirifaa hata mahali tunatoka nyumbani. Kuna zile poma tunatarauliwa na kuna zile poma zinajiweza. Mimi ndio sababu niliamua I'm comfortable with the name of my son called William Ruto, na niko comfortable 101% without fear and without contradicting myself. But the only thing I want from the government is maximum security for my family and my son. Watoto wengine wanaitwa hata China zingine watu hawajui. Lakini sasa mimi ninachekelewa eti nimeita mtoto William Ruto. Hiyo kitu inanisumbua roho yangu sana. Na sijawahi pata mtu ananielezea ubaya wa Ruto kwenda ndani. Ni ubaya wa Ruto. Ama wajawahi nielezea uzuri wa Ruto. Ile kitu peke yake nasikia ni ubaya. Mimi ile kitu naimisha Wakenya wenzangu, as long as we have our beloved president Dr. William Samoei Ruto, atengao unamchukia ama umchukii, sisi wa Kenya tunafaa kupendana. Na lazima tupende president because we don't have two presidents in the Republic of Kenya. We have one president of the Republic of Kenya and is Dr. William Samoei Ruto. So ninaimisha wa Kenya tuishi na amani. Hii Kenya yetu tumepigania miaka mingi. Tusiwe tunaleta chuki. Tusiwe tunachukia wengi.
And then ameenda shule, watoto wenzake wanaanza kumwambia Ruto must go one time, Ruto must go. So these are the problems that parents bring upon their children without, like, seriously, how do you decide, just decide, sit down and just look at the name that you can give your child and decide that, okay, mimi mtoto wangu nataka umpa jina William Ruto. Alafu nampa William Kipchirchir Arap Samoei Ruto. Majina yake 3 zote. Seriously. And then you're coming here to cry to us, unatuambia ya kwamba mara sijui nini, watoto wanalia, watoto wanatusi mtoto wangu, because wewe ukitaka kupenda Ruto, wewe mpende mwenyewe. Sio kila mtu anampenda William Ruto. Don't bring us problems. Wewe ukitaka kumpenda, wewe mpende mwenyewe. Don't put people into your issues. Kuna mambo mengine ambayo hata upasi kuletea watu. You understand? So these are the kind of things that sometimes we bring upon ourselves and then we start blaming people. Uwezi ukalaumu mtu kwa sababu wewe mwenyewe ndio ulizaa mtoto ukamwanza jina William Ruto. Baadaye sasa mambo yamekuwa mazito, mambo yamekuwa mabaya, ndio unarudi kwetu unaanza kulia kwamba tukusaidiane nini? We can't help you to love. It is your responsibility as a parent to love your child. Show him love because you are the person that gave him that name. You gave him that name because you knew that you're going to love him. You're going to love William Ruto forever. So there is nothing that there is nothing that you can help you with. So my point is this. Any moment you're a parent, you want to name your child, look at the kind of name that you're giving your children. Angalia majina ambayo mnapewa watoto wenu kwa sababu kwa wakati mwingine inakuwa ngumu. Inakuwa ngumu sana. Anyway, I would like to know what you think at the comment section, fellow Kenyans.
Ruto, this is just directed to you. A very turbulent time in East Africa in light of the outbreak of Ebola. And obviously, we've seen quite a number of reports coming out from Kenya with this establishment of the quarantine facility for the US citizens. I mean, obviously, the backlash that we've seen from Kenya, just your immediate reaction in light of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaya. President Ruto will take that question, and President Ramaphosa will close off with the second question from earlier on. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Ebola is a pandemic that is not confined to one place. And just for context, there has not been a single reported incident of Ebola in Kenya. Just for context.
Yes.
So the big debate is going on, but that is the correct position. Number 2, the Ebola situation in Eastern DRC is a source of concern for any country, including Kenya, that is mindful of matters health of its citizens. And the responsible thing to do when there is reports of such high-level infectious outbreak in a region where we have thousands of citizens, Kenyan citizens in DRC. We have soldiers in DRC. The most responsible thing to do is to prepare for any eventuality. And that is what Kenya has done. We have prepared ourselves adequately. We have taken command of all our entry points. We are doing testing of every person coming into Kenya from anywhere near that region. We are testing close to between 2,000 and 3,000 people from all our entry points every day. We have mobilized resources, testing kits, reagents, and all manner of people. We have trained thousands of staff, health staff, to be able to handle that situation. We have now isolation facilities, 23 of them across the country, in different parts of the country. And one of the facilities that has now raised a bit of controversy is the facility we agreed to set up in conjunction with the Americans in one of our military air bases. And why have we done that? We have a huge American military contingent in Kenya, number one. Number two, we have set up the 23 other isolation places in Kenya with the support of friends, among them the Americans, our own resources, but also with the support of Americans. The American government has supported us in this Ebola setup infrastructure, health infrastructure, to the tune of 1.8 billion Kenya shillings. And they did make a request to us to, in the process of setting up all the other facilities, to also set up one where they can use in the event that their citizens, their soldiers, some of them in Kenya or from elsewhere, if they are in a situation, then they can use that facility. For context again, even if the Americans had not set up that facility at the military base, if there was any American in Kenya, we would take them to a Kenyan facility. We would not throw them out, because the Constitution of Kenya tells us that we are responsible for the health of the citizens of Kenya, including those who are in Kenya at any one time. So what you see as a debate in Kenya is lack of information. You know, people who may not have enough information to understand what we are doing. If we don't prepare and a situation occurs, we would have to answer much more difficult questions than the ones we are answering now. The questions we are answering now are simpler. They are easier. But if we were answering questions when people are sick and we haven't prepared enough, then we would be answering much more difficult questions. Where were you? What were you doing? What did you do? You knew there was a pandemic. You didn't do nothing. You know? What we are answering, the questions we are answering now is that we are prepared too much. And we have prepared for even our friends. And you see, I ask the people of my great country that the American people and government have been partners with us on matters health for close to 25, 30 years. PEPFAR and all the other funds. American resources, American taxpayers' resources have been used to support Kenyan health infrastructure. It would be most unfortunate if on one request by the Americans to set up a facility at their cost, we would refuse. We would look very inhuman, you know. So the debate here is not about whether to set it up or not. The debate is, are we doing the right thing? Are we not? And I can tell you without fear of any contradiction, and I can look at everybody in the eye, Kenyan, including yourself, and tell you we are doing the right thing.
Thank you. Mr. President?
Well, thank you very much. Let me just comment on this whole initiative on Ebola. And Ebola, clearly, as President Ruto said, it's a pandemic. It's a pandemic that should concern all of us on the African continent. And as South Africa's role is the champion for the prevention of these pandemics, we have been quite deeply involved in the process of dealing with Ebola on our continent. But as South Africa itself, we've decided that we will be very proactive and be Pan-African and support the efforts that the African continent should make to deal with Ebola. We've made a contribution, as you might well have heard, of $5 million to the AU CDC to strengthen the CDC's effort to ensure that we have all the resources to be able to fight and to deal with Ebola. And for us to do so is to protect the peoples of Africa, but so also that when we protect South Africa and make sure that we do not in any shape or form ever have Ebola, we're protecting the whole continent as well. And so this contribution is meant to strengthen health systems in the DRC, in Uganda, as well as the AU CDC will be making that type of initiative because our health systems on the continent do need to be not only strengthened, but there needs to be readiness to deal with pandemics like this. And in this regard, we call on all other countries and institutions that are able to lend a hand to make a contribution to enable the AU CDC to be able to deal with this challenge quite effectively. With regards to the earlier question, as I understood it, raised by